Oh yeah, we getting straight into it today. Your boy looking light skin on here. Yo, I've been let me grease up because oh shit, it's this light. Oh my god. Let me get my shea butter. Please. Oh Lord. Oh God. It's the light, y'all. Oh man, I'm going Hollywood. Yo, it won't be no yabba dabba doo today. It won't be I'm the greatest. Have you seen Have you seen the Floyd Mayweather interview? Rub it in. Rub it in like lotion. Yo, have you seen this interview? Listen, got to stay sharp. I'm the greatest. I'm the best alive. Yo, so many jewels dropped. Let me get serious. Shout out to Floyd. Shout out to the whole Drink Champs, DJ EFN, Noriega. Yo, shout out to everybody. Nori, I see you. DJ EFN, I see you. What y'all doing over there is super great. What I do over here is super great. I'm doing the recap. This interview is classic. This will go down in history. Why? Why do I say this? Let me give y'all some time to come in. If y'all want to call up, the number is still the same, 212-281-0370. This is classic, yo. I got to be the first one to do the review. I don't know if you've seen, but yesterday, this just dropped yesterday. Listen, I was doing a lot. I was cleaning and things like that. It popped up in my feed because I do subscribe to their channel. And if you don't know, hit that bell. This is how we stay in business. You know what I'm saying? So you have to subscribe, you have to share, and you have to comment, right? Not that you have to, but if you enjoy the content. So I was doing a lot yesterday, and while I was doing a lot, this came up in my feed, and I'm like, they premiered it. So this was the premiere of this interview. I watched the premiere along with thousands of others, right? I'm the greatest. Gotta stay sharp. It's just certain things you walked away with from this interview with some jewels, like real rap. He dropped some things. And because I was doing a lot, I was not taking notes. I was taking mental notes, but not written notes. It was a good interview. I learned a lot about Floyd. I learned a lot about his business dealings and what he does behind the scenes, not just as a boxer, but for other boxers as a promoter. And it was a lot of info that I just didn't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? His philanthropy, I didn't even know, like, Floyd does a lot of philanthropy work. And not that I have to know, when it comes to philanthropy, you only know because you're either part of it or you're there when it's going down, right? So philanthropy, I didn't need to know that was happening, but I was surprised to know. This interview is funny on so many levels. Why? Because it's just in entertainment wise, you don't see certain people don't do interviews. Athletes, specifically boxers, basketball players. You don't see them, football players. You don't see them sit down for a long period of time and do an exclusive interview. I've never seen a short interview, 20 minutes, if that. That's a long interview. But a short interview, you'll see that. Like, you'll see Shaq talk about blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? You're starting to see, like, Mike Tyson talk more, right? But that's after a long period of time where he got his mind together, he stays sharp, right? In this Floyd interview, like I said, I learned a lot. I was really pleased with the interview, from the standpoint of what Nori did as an interviewer, and DJ EFN. It was a great interview. They covered a lot. It just seemed like this, yo. It just seemed like I was watching two different interviews at one time. Comment down below, like, share. Let me know what you think. Like, did it feel like Nori would ask a question and Floyd would be answering a whole nother question, fam? Like, is it me? Is it me? Like, Nori would be like, yo, how did you grow up? I grew up the greatest. I gotta stay sharp. Hey, yo, fam. That shit had me on the floor, fam. But realistically, my man made it 50 fights. And like he said in that interview, and I did not know that, he fought more world champions than any other fighter. Not saying he had the most fights in the world, because there's some fighters that had 100 some fights. You dig what I'm saying? But they didn't fight all champions. He fought the most champions and beat them. When you see great is great. Like, no matter what jokes I'm making on some serious, like, he's great. He really is the greatest of all times. Super shout out to Floyd Mayweather. Super shout out. Because I may bust my jokes, and in this review, I'm going to give you the real. This is just my hemp. Y'all know me. I like to get my hemp in. But Floyd actually dropped some jewels. What's the first jewel he dropped? Where a lot of people say, you know what I'm saying, if you ain't walking my shoes, you can't tell me nothing. You don't have the blueprint. First jewel he dropped out the gate was the green print. Let me say that again. Because I'm fumbling. I'm befumbling. You know what I'm saying? Won't be no yabba dabba doo. I'm the greatest. Gotta keep your mind sharp. The first jewel he dropped out the gate was the green print. And Jay brought us the blueprint 1 and 2. This nigga threw it straight out the window and said, here's the green print. And guess what? A person like me, Vessel, the Vessel Multi-Show, we're picking up the green print and we're putting down the blueprint. No more blueprint, only green prints over here. Like, that's the first jewel I picked up. Like, hold up. And I'm going to cover a lot in this video. In this video, I'm going to cover a lot. I'm like, people have said a lot about Floyd, how he's uneducated, how he's this, he's that, mismanaging his money. I don't believe it. I'm putting it out. I don't believe it. We can make jokes all day, but when we get to the real part of this, because it was very entertaining. The interview was super entertaining, and not usually the Drink Champs, because I am a subscriber. Usually it's entertaining from the aspect of Nori and DJ EFN. You know, just the questions they ask and they keep you intrigued. But actually, this is one of the first interviews where I think the interviewee takes over and controls the floor. Floyd controlled the floor the whole time, which made it to seem to me as just a viewer that there was two different interviews happening. It was two different interviews happening. Because this nigga went to run his own interview, meaning certain things he may have came in with things on his chest and he had to get those things off, right? And the questions Nori was asking were great questions, number one. But this guy had a whole different agenda just to get across that he's the greatest. He stays sharp. You got to keep all your faculties. That's what I got from the interview. You know, number one, the first thing I got is, you know what? Throughout most boxers' careers, they don't leave with their faculties, right? I don't have the right terminology here with me, but due to the collisions, the contact sport, the concussions, it causes trauma in the brain, right? Just generally. We see this, and I don't have the right terminology once again, but we've seen this in football, right? And this thing actually occurs with trauma to the brain within boxing as well. You know, it being a contact sport. So in this interview, Floyd saying, hey, me fighting so many fights and me leaving with my faculties is a one-up. Like, it's a positive. It's something that you don't see often, you know, because boxers get in the ring and they're like, yo, we going toe to toe. Where he came through and he proved, yo, fam, this is a sport about hitting and not getting hit. and he showed it with so much grace over the years, over the 50 fights. He's been gracious with this thing. Like, people like, oh, he dancing around the ring. He don't want to get hit. Like, who goes toe to toe to get hit? You know what I'm saying? The point of this game is to get out and win. Let's win by any means necessary. Win is up there. Throw your W's up. My man is a winner. And that's a fact. My man's a straight up winner. I only deal with winners. I never once in my life bet against this man. Never once. So all them people out there, like, they betting with whoever he's fighting. I always bet on Floyd. Ask anybody, bro. When you see a winner, you better bet with a winner. Hello. No matter what level a winner is on, they always gonna win, B. And it's just some of us are always gonna win. Welcome. Yeah. I'm smoking my hemp. You know, if you want to sponsor me, you want to sponsor my hemp, please, you could get in contact with me. You could call me straight up, 212-281-0370, or you could subscribe to my channel and leave a comment down below. I do look in the comments. I mean, what's going on? Back to this interview, though. So it is Jules in this interview. So all those people that think, because they, you know, after watching this interview, it's like, there are people that have PhDs and unhappy, right? And what I mean by this is, you know, a lot of information. You have all the information, but you're still unhappy, right? Your unhappiness can come from anything. It could come from something that you identify in your surroundings that make you unhappy, or it could be financial, or it could be relationships, whatever. Your unhappiness can come from anywhere. Now, there's people that are not so educated, that are super happy. In quotation marks, right? They are successful. They make plenty of money. They're happy. And in quotation marks, they're not as educated. Floyd is a genius. Though people came out and said, you know, he's illiterate, and, you know, he didn't have this schooling, whatever, he's mismanaging money, blah, blah, blah. Homie is a genius. Organically figured out a key component to life. No matter what your skill set is, staying focused, staying disciplined, and harnessing that skill equals a winner, equals greatness, equals whatever desire you want will come into alignment. That's what I took away from Floyd Mayweather in this interview. A couple of things he already dropped one gem, the green print. Second one, how he highlighted and magnified, shine a light on his father. and the important role of his father. Like one key question was like who was your motivation? Like everybody has an inspiration, right? And for boxing, they wanted to know like what is your inspiration? Who was that first boxer to like spark the fire in your belly? Like who sparked the match in your belly that got that fire going, right? And he was like his father. That was so like wow, bro. Like it's like my father showed me everything. Like even though not breezing over the fact that of course I watched many boxes and I took pieces from this and I took pieces from that and I combined it and it was like a gumbo of talent that created Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? And I think as a chef, I do the same thing. Like nobody, if we say, yo, who taught you how to cook? I didn't go to school for this. There's no, there's a school I can go to, but I didn't go to school for this. But taking components and my mother showing me how to move around the kitchen and then taking bits and pieces from my travel creates what I bring people, right? And I appreciate that because that's a winning mentality. That's not like that's just a winning mentality, man. And I appreciate him. I appreciate Floyd. I really do. Even though this interview was hilarious, I ain't laughed so much into this interview. Really had me on the floor. Please comment down below. Let me know if I'm bugging, man. Like. I think he really came with objective in his mind. And he like, yo, I'm gonna get this out. And one of those things also was fatherhood. I think him showing that as much as he's spending money and displaying a flashy lifestyle, he's also as strong and as present in his kids' life. And he's showing them the ropes of life on, yo, just how to move and how to do your thing. That's commendable because I always see that. I like if you follow Floyd, you seeing his sons out here, like, you know what I mean? Unless you're just watching for the women or watching how he's spending his money, you see that though. You see he's a family man. You see that, he's there during those times in his kid's life from afar. Like I'm not there every day, so I'm just saying from a social media aspect. And a lot of these entertainers pulled up to a lot of interviews and didn't bring their kids, didn't shine a light on their kids. And their kids is doing something. Like nobody's kids is just sitting there twiddling their thumbs, right or wrong. So he's the first one to pull up to an interview, not drinking, not smoking. I know I'm smoking my hemp, but he wasn't even doing that. And he like, yo, I gotta stay sharp. I gotta keep my faculties. I'm the greatest. Ain't nobody do what I do. And these are all facts. And even though I'm shedding light on it, I'm making jokes of it. Just because if you watch the interview, it was like, it was no reason to actually interject. I'm the greatest. I got all my faculties because you are the greatest and you have all your faculties. So what's understood doesn't have to be said. But once it's said, it's like, it's a little bit comical just because he keep repeating it. I was like, yeah, we know you got your faculties, beloved. Like you kind of made out on the other side, but by you keep repeating it, it's like, hold up, is this a recording? Like, no, but my man, that's still my man, though. Word to mother, I'd never bet against Floyd, not a day in my life. You're an idiot. like, I seen that fight 20, nigga. You're an idiot. If you bet against this man, you're an idiot. Like, for real. He goes into also talking about the exhibition fights. Listen, people, no cap. Do your research. There will be nothing that tarnishes the 50-0. There's nothing. When he says he's getting back in the ring, this is all exhibition. This is not anything that's going to affect his record. That's my understanding. Comment down below. Am I off or are you? Like, this is not to improve his record. Like he said, this is not for a check. Other jewel he dropped, because he dropped so many jewels, and I'm just going off the top of the head. I watched it one time when they premiered, and I was moving around. But listen, when people drop jewels, and I don't know if I'm saying this clear, what I mean by jewels, and this is for everybody out there, those are gems, right? Jewelry. If somebody drops some jewelry, you're gonna pick that shit up. Rather than just leaving it there, whether you're going to pick it up and give it back to the person or pick it up and put it in your pocket, right? But when we're talking about mental jewels, things that can elevate your life or improve your well-being, when you drop those jewels, you pick them up, you examine them, you put them in your pocket, and then you get to a safe place and you're able to just do what you do. Right? He dropped so many. He dropped so many in this interview. Pardon me. Let me put this code in. He dropped so many jewels in this interview. What you gonna do? Pick them up and use them. Please pick them up and use them. So what's the next jewel? I wish I had some notes. I really do. And I'm trying to think about the interview. Even though we have it here, we got them up on the screen. You know, for YouTube purposes, I can't play the video and things like that. Other jewel that comes to mind is that people say he's broke. He's spent up all the money. That's why he's taking these little exhibition fights. Gotta keep pushing in life, right? Who's gonna say enough is enough? We still want to party and have fun. And a person on his level, if you're gonna party, why not get a little check? Because I want him to come to my parties, right? But I gotta spend a little check in order to make that happen. And he wants to go to a party. Why wouldn't you pick up that bag? It just makes financial sense to do that. I would do the same exact thing. You wouldn't catch me at a party if they weren't paying me. And most of the time, you don't find me at a party if I'm not making some type of money. That's just a winner mentality. The real jewel of this is this. He said this. He fought 50 times. He owns all 50 fights. What does that mean? I'm just an outsider looking in. I only watched this interview one time. What does that mean to me when I heard that? Is that he owns the actual fights. We're still watching Muhammad Ali fights. I don't know who owns that. We're still watching fights, classic fights from way back in the day. They're going to be watching him for so many years to come. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? They're going to be watching him for so many years to come. So he owns these fights. This is going down in history. So him and his family is in a financial space that they're going to keep passing this asset down in their family line, right? Because there's no reason he's going to sell. Most of the time, I was going to say as a boxer, right? But I wanted to switch it up. As an individual, no matter what business you're in, you don't know everything about that business. So when he started talking about 50 and how he actually formed TMT, my man was a boxer. He had a goal in mind to be the greatest boxer and to be undefeated. I think that's what he was focusing on initially. And then when he opened up to the business side of it, not only creating TMT with the help of 50, right? Because 50, I feel like, had that business mind, like stepping into music. He came from the streets, and like, when you hear people talk a real like Booby Curtis from Southside Jamaica, Queens, he was a businessman, dog. Like, whether on every level, and you still see the same tactics where he's like, yo, people owe him money. In Hollywood, I think he was that person on the streets as well. You know what I'm saying? So always been astute in terms of business. Like, for Floyd, I don't feel like he was there. You know what I mean? He wasn't, business savvy initially, but he learned. Just like everybody, he learned, and when he learned, he excelled. I did not know he created 24/7, which is a boxing show on, I believe that's HBO, and on Showtime, it's all access. He created this actual content, and I love that. And I love 24. I did not know that was his. All access, I kind of know, but I did not know he developed that show, and everybody uses that. That's like in battle rap. That's what they're doing. What is it called? I'm on live right here, so I can't even look it up. But they do that like leading up to the battle. They face off. They do the face off. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. So 24/7 is like the face off for battle rap, or battle. Face off is like 24/7 because that actually came later. 24/7 was already out. But still, I did not know he developed that. You know what I mean? And he didn't broadcast it like, that's mine. Y'all better give me my prop. Blah, 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 blah. So that's super cool. What else? It's so much that I learned from Floyd Mayweather. And sometimes our geniuses. Let me drink something. Let me get something to drink. Sometimes our geniuses come in a different package. Sometimes we look at the scholars like, hey, you read all these books, and I can tell as well. This is just from an insider, being from New York, being from Harlem, and being on this scene. I know Brother Polite is over there. I can hear the Brother Polite in Floyd Mayweather. The consciousness, the awareness of how Polite talks and how Polite breaks things down. And, that's the winner mentality. So it's not a bad thing. But I hear it. I hear it in terms of what did Floyd say? You know what? It was actually Nori. Nori was like, this is when he brought his son in, which I really admire. Like, yo, my son is over there, pull my son in, and let me shine the light on him. When Nori said, oh, yo, you shining, ba ba ba, it was like, and he got good hair. And Floyd had to shut that down right then and there. Like, that's not good hair, because on the flip side of that, what's the bad hair? That's the nappy shit. That's, what I'm saying? That's the nappy, but that's not right. That's not right. That's colorism. That's People don't want to see it, but that's a form of being prejudiced. You know what I'm saying? Not in terms of the hair, but in terms of the classism, the colorism, right? And just because his hair was kinky, curly, it's good. If my shit was nappy, it was like, yo, you know what I mean? And you got bad hair. People would have never said that. You know, Nori would have never said that. But, you know, by stating good hair, all I'm saying is that the way Floyd handled that was very smooth, was on a scholarly level, and I can hear the brother polite in the tone. You dig what I'm saying? In the education, because we all go through this school of education. And Brother Polite, if y'all not familiar with him, is a scholar in what we call the conscious community, which everybody is conscious. You know, I don't even like that term of conscious community, as if it's one group that's aware of these things and nobody else is. But the conscious community actually spends their time in uncovering and educating on subjects that are not widely spoken about. So even things like that, you know, not having a blueprint, having a green print, you know, not putting good hair versus bad hair, as well as talking about how do you own your own business, whether it's TMT, and the other company that he named. I'm not sure what that company is. I believe it's another promotions company, but I'm not sure what the name is. Yo, he spoke on so many different levels, as well as keeping us entertained to know that he is the greatest. He's the sharpest. And he's about the bag. He's definitely about the bag. And we all see this about Floyd. $2 million watch. It just keep you inspired. Like, I don't know about you. He keep me inspired. Let me speak for myself. Hold up, swole up. Let me speak for myself. He keeps me inspired. Like, word up and straight up and down, keeps me inspired. 2 million on the wrist. And yo, I've seen niggas with $100 watch. $100 watch. Not just admire it. Yo, mom, yo, fam, nice watch. And the nigga start. Let me tell did you see how easy he took off the watch? It's like $2 million watch. Nigga was like, yeah. Check this out. Here, yo, here, check that out. Nigga handle is $2 million, fam. $100 watch. Nigga be like, yo, my man, I'm just admiring your $100 watch. Look, me, it's something like, you know what I'm saying? Every man should have a good watch. I think that's the jewel he's putting. Yo, you should spare nothing when it comes to your time. You feel me? The way you're going to watch your time, spare no expense. But he had the $2 million joint, and he kept referencing that 18 milli. I believe, is it 18? Maybe. I think it was $18 million joint, maybe 8 million. Am I embellishing? I might be embellishing. But Floyd was talking about the $18 million watch he got. He kept referencing that. You know what I'm saying? So it's so many jewels. Please check out this interview, the Floyd Mayweather Drink Champs episode. I've never heard a boxer speak the way he speak. And you know, he's not the first boxer. I'm not saying he's the first boxer to have his faculties. Like he said, I don't agree with that. Because Mike Tyson is still doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? And Mike Tyson got that little yabba dabba doo with that little thing. He got that going on as well. Floyd doesn't have as much as the yabba dabba doo, but it's still great content. And if you go to, let me get back on track. If you go back to the Mike Tyson, he has his own podcast where he speak. Yo, I love hearing Mike Tyson speak because he lay it down flat. And it's like, yo, when you got them hands, you just say what you want to say. Because what you gonna do? What yabba dabba doing all? What you gonna do? It's gonna come back down to these hands and they're gonna serve you. You dig what I'm saying? We gonna serve. So I would tell anybody if you want to have a real opinion, you got to build a protection system or just get a gun, right? Because niggas with the hammer be like, what? Nigga sitting there with his legs open, all that, just comfortable saying what you want to say because you have a form of protection, right? And I think boxers have that, especially when they leave with their faculties. They have a lot of jewels to give. So I would say Mike Tyson being that boxer in the forefront that's able to give jewels, because hot boxing, I pick up jewels from there every time I watch it. Like Mike Tyson made over like 400 million, blew it, and was on top of a building in Harlem feeding the birds. Like you can actually go to 118th Street and see Mike Tyson feeding the birds, and this is after he blew hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, and everybody knew, like, yo, the pigeon coop on top of this building, that belonged to Mike Tyson. Like, Iron Mike is upstairs. Like, everybody knew that where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? And he's from Brooklyn, but in Harlem, he had a space where he was feeding the birds on, I think it was like 118th Street, somewhere right there. But things like that, right? That's a genuine, like you can really meet Iron Mike and catch a jewel or get some insight. And, and I think Floyd is that way. He also shined a light on the people who's around him. I don't want to mess up his name. I don't know him personally, but it's another guy from Harlem that's running with him. Good guy. Come on. We see what he's doing. We see the movements he's making. I don't want to mess up his name, so I'm not even, but that's the big homie from Harlem. I don't know him personally, but I hear about him. You see the TMT, you see everything moving. Like, yo, this was a great interview. I was pleased with the interview on a few levels that I've been explaining, but from the aspect of Nori and DJ EFN, I was pleased because they actually dived into the person rather than just getting drunk and trying to be the drink champ, right? On this episode, I felt like they really dived into the real champ. They dived into the champ, got some insight that everybody wanted to know. Like, yo, I know you ain't broke. No way. Like, no matter what 50's saying, the champ is not broke. It's no way. And like he said, for 3 fights, he damn near made 700 and something million off of 3 fights. Come on. Like, there's no way the champ could be broke. You know what I'm saying? It's no way in the world. It's no way in the world. So on my recap, the champ is here, and he's here to stay. He got all his faculties. His mind is sharp. He's in the best shape of his life. He's still motivated. His fly is still up. You know what I'm saying? You got to have balance. You got to keep the balance. Got to keep doing what he's doing. He's even shown as an entrepreneur, boxing is not the only thing he does and has been doing, right? He spoke about his philanthropy. He spoke about owning strip clubs, right? You may not agree with the business model that he's using, but he's showing you, yo, I have a portfolio. It's boxing. Not only as a boxer, but as a promotions company. Not only as a promotions company, but we build television programs that covers boxers, called 24/7 or All Access, right? He walked us through everything that he's doing, and still went into deep waters to say, you know what? No matter how much money you get or what you're doing, there's still a level of people that will try to make you feel like you're just a nigga. He spoke about going to jail, right? Just briefly, if you picked up on it, he had to go away for a little. He spoke about that and how 50 slid in and how 50 got in and into the boxing and into the promotion aspect of boxing. Super salute. The way he came, pause, the way he interviewed on this one, and I'm talking about Nori, the way he interviewed Floyd, great, great, great. And I think he improved. And I've been watching, right? I think it all started after that, after that Rick Ross joint. Because I was pissed off. I'm like, how did you blow this Rick Ross? Like, that's fucking Ricky. That's Ricky shooting in the alley. Like, how you fuck that up? I usually don't curse, but yo, you totally that was a debacle. You know what I'm saying? But I think he really switched up the model, and I'm still talking about Nori, that it's not about being the drunkest person in the room, but actually allowing the alcohol to open you up to have a more truthful or organic interview. And my man was drinking coffee and water the whole time. My man is the champ. He's the best. He's the greatest. He's the sharpest. He's the most richest motherfucker from where I'm from, nigga. I don't know nobody rich. I don't know nobody rich. And I don't know this nigga, but I can see him. I don't know nobody rich. Niggas may say, you know what I mean, Jay and all that. And Jay is my man. The plaque is on the wall right here. My man's the richest. He been doing this shit for a long time, yo. Getting hundreds of millions for a long time. And I ain't measuring nobody pockets. Like, it's not even on that level. It's not that deep or serious to be measuring anybody pockets to be like the richest or the poorest. But what I mean by that is he been having fucking fun the whole time. Meaning this, I walk outside, dogs, and they got TMT wrapped like Suburbans in Cadillac trucks and yo riding down the like oh shit, that's a TMT joint. Cause you see it on the side, like niggas don't even do that no more, bro. Like for real. And I'm from the music era where we niggas was rapping everything. You know what I'm saying? Niggas will wrap your car, your Chevy in the McDonald's joint. Like niggas was rapping everything. This the only nigga still rapping things. That's the bread. That's the money. It's the money team. Like that's the money. And if you see somebody still doing those things, that's the grassroots, yo. Where other people say, nah, that ain't no good. I always wondered, yo, why did we stop? Right? Because niggas caught a couple fines, putting up some billboards on something. Listen, that's the roots. My man is still at the roots of it, getting it done. That's winning shit. That's winning shit. That's money team. I'm with that all day. Never betting against that. Never catch me betting against that. You know what I'm saying? You catch a nigga betting against that, nigga betting against me, dog. You feel me? I'm on this side, bro. All day, every day. My name is Vessel. That's Floyd. We the winners. We the winners. That's a fact.